Hey, Pastor D here. Figured it's about time I give everybody an update. We've been starting to do some work here at the church. I'm standing in sanctuary. As you can see, all the flags and banners are down because we're going to be getting ready to paint. But I want you to see something else. If you see on the walls, all these white spots looking everywhere. As I go around the room, you'll see many of them behind me. See that there runs almost from floor to the ceiling. That one does run all the way to the ceiling, all the way down there. I wanted to point this out, and I want to be careful. I'm not trying to criticize, but I'm telling you that the reason these are done is because this place was never built right in the first place. You see all the way back in the corner over my shoulder, that big white spot where a hole was patched, where they took a window out and it wasn't built right and it leaked in water and we had damage there. And all these other places because the drywall was never done the right way. And as Glenn Austin and I were working out here today, I got to thinking about how many times we do things and we don't do it the right way. When you don't do things the right way, it may be done quicker, but it usually means you're going to have to go back and do it again. And doing it the second time is more costly, more time consuming. And that speaks volumes to me about our lives, how many times we do things trying to find shortcuts, speed things up. And in the long run, we're basically making more problems for ourselves. It's better to do things the right way. And so many times when people get saved, they come to God and they want to jump up and run and they want to become song leaders. They want to be kids' church leaders. They want to be some sort of leader in all these different things in the church. And the fact of the matter is they're not ready yet. They're still babies in the Lord. They may think they know and they're excited, and it's wonderful to have that kind of zeal and excitement that they have. But if we don't take the time to disciple these people and do it right, you'll end up like we have with these walls, all these cracks and places that come back to haunt you where we've had water leaking and paint peeling and all these things. And this is what we see people's lives with so many problems in them, and many get frustrated and leave the church and quit following God altogether. Or they get mad at the pastor who tries to disciple them, and they run off to another church, and then another church, and then another church, until they find somebody who will give in to them simply because they want a warm body in the church. And that's when you have messes like this. Not in the natural, but in the spiritual realm. People's lives that are just cracked and the foundation isn't right, and all these things, because they weren't built right in the first place, they end up with all kinds of problems that leads to disaster. What should have been come into this room and clean up a little bit is now becoming hundreds, maybe $1,000 or more just in patching. We've already spent over $600 just in patching. And then we got to paint all of this because it wasn't done right the first time. I hope something is speaking to you today. Slow down and do things right in your spiritual walk. Your walk with Christ is not just in this life, not just for this year. This is for eternity. Let's get it right. Let's make sure that we do things the right way. That's why Jesus said that we need to count the cost before we build a building, or count the cost before we launch into something in the spiritual realm, to make sure that we're willing to pay what it cost. I hope this speaks to somebody today. Just slow down, do things the right way so you don't have to keep going back and doing the same things over and over again. God bless you. You have a great day today.